Alright, okay, so you've just come across the issue with you need an extra post in the middle between your railing that you've got on the balcony. Um, so if you click over to your markup so I can just see on my screen where Steve has wanted you to put post. No, not yet, still waiting. Okay, I can see it now. So just if you just want to point at it with your mouse cursor. Yep, so we just need to add a post there. So there's two ways to do it. You can either edit the railing or you can edit the railing type. Like you have to go into its settings and create like a pattern that puts the post in there. Or what you could do is put in a column that you could put in a column and then just create two railings either side. Does that make sense? So you would have one railing on one side and one railing on the other side of that middle post. And the column would be set at a certain height, so it would look like a post. Does that make sense? Yeah. No. You wouldn't use a wall. Sorry, you would use you would actually use a column. So typically, then posts are 100 timber posts or 90. Um, yeah. So they're the two options. So if you go back to Revit, I'm just thinking, should I show you the proper way of doing it or the easiest way of doing it? Probably, probably the proper way of doing it. I think. Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's change the railing. This might just get a bit nitty and gritty because changing railings is just a bloody nightmare. So go into edit type and okay. So the top one rail structure is the top railing, the bottom railing. Like they're the horizontal parts to your railing family, and then the baluster setup is like your posts and the infill bits. Yeah, so we need to change the baluster placement. Um, so right up top there, number 1 and number 3, and then you got number 2 is the one that you can edit. So it's currently using M baluster rectangular something, and its base is at the bottom rail, and its top is on the top rail. Yeah, cheers. Um, but the bottom part, so see the bottom area where it's talking about start post, center, corner post, end post. Yep. So see how the posts are 90mm timber in the baluster family on your right. Go over to the next column. There. Yep. So you can change the posts. Don't need you to. I'm just showing you that you can change. That's where you change the post types. So let's just say the post at 150mm. You would click on there and try and find the 150mm. If that's not there, then you have to go into the family area and create a new one, which I can show you in a future video. But anyway, we don't need to change that right now. So what we need to change though is the pattern. So go up to the first table. So we need to change the pattern by can you click on break pattern at? See, yeah, break pattern at. It's keep going down with your mouse cursor. Oh, yep, left. That one. That one. Yep, correct. So click on there. No, don't click on. Alright, okay, don't worry about that. What's excess length fill? What's that do? Hmm. Nah, actually, so what we need to do, but I'm not actually going to do it because I think it's really annoying because I know it comes with complications. So what you would do is see number 2 on the table, the first table. You would press that, and then see over on the very right hand side now of the pop up screen, see how it says duplicate. Keep going. Yeah. So you would don't do it. But what you would do is you'd do that multiple times. So like, let's just say you've got six infill bits, and then you have a post every 6 balusters. So the baluster is the infill part, and the post is the part that connects to the floor. Yeah. Um, so then what you would do is, like, after every certain number, you would then create one, but then you would go the baluster family, you would change that to a post. For now, we'll cancel this, but just press duplicate a couple of times. Yeah, do duplicate again. And now don't duplicate. So that number, change number 3 to see where it battles the family. Click there, yeah, where you are. See how it comes with a scroll down? So now you can choose what that would be, and what you can do is find a post. So go. Yeah, correct. You can type, so if you press M and then underscore posts, there we go. So that just makes you be able to, like, that makes you find it a lot quicker instead of scrolling through. Yep, and then you can just press so now it's come up. You don't need to type at all. Yeah, you can just press that. Okay, cool. Now click on number 2 again. And duplicate. No, you don't. Yeah, that's it. Right, so see how we've got 2 balusters, 1 post, and then 2 balusters. So it's like a pattern. So then that's, if you press OK on this, I'm not sure if this is going to work, by the way. When I always do this, I always have to play around a fair bit with it, so it might not work perfectly first time. Press OK. Let's see how that looks, because we can always Control Z if it looks really bad. When you press OK, it actually applies anyway, so you only need to press apply if you don't intend on coming out of that screen, but you still want to see what's been changed. Yeah, press OK. So let's go to your 3D view. So see how it's inserted a post? We obviously need to change the post settings, like, because we need to make it negative 100, I believe. So then that way it looks like it's touching the floor. But what you end up needing to do anyway is you need to change the pattern to suit what you want it to look like. And depending on the length, it can be really, really annoying. So that's why I don't think we're going to do it this way. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, if you're using that same railing elsewhere in the project, but it's not the same length as this, then you probably need to create a new pattern for it to suit that length. So that's why I think that this isn't going to work for now. This is probably something I need to play around with to get it right. So anyway, let's Control Z out of that. But that's basically how you manipulate railings, is you have to go through the edit area. Yeah. Alright, okay, so let's go to the first floor plan. And press Architecture. Tab. Go on column. So we know now that then posts, press Architecture. Okay, don't worry about that. Press Structure 1, sorry. You don't need to press on that tab. You probably just can press on the column. Yeah. So we know that then posts, they were 90 mil, weren't they? Timber. Yep. So try and find a timber. So again, with this, you don't need to, search. Yep. Timber hardware post 90. That's the one. And then, yep. Doesn't matter where you put it at the moment. So, yep. Cool. No worries. Do that. And now I click on it again. So we need to change the top offset. Yeah. So that needs to be negative. Oh, not negative. Sorry. It needs to be 1000. And the base offset needs to be negative 50. Go into your 3D, because we might need to play around with that. Okay, so another way of doing it is press the post, press on the post, and then click Align. See the Align tool up top, which is AL, if you want to use the shortcut. Yeah, so tab till you get the face of the top of the post. Yep, click that, and then click the top of that one. Tab again, use tab to Did you? Yeah, click the other, click the, yeah, you're right, all good. Just use tab, you should be able to just use tab. Keep tabbing. Maybe it doesn't work with. Oh, okay. Not working? Oh, what happened there? That's alright. Click on the post. Maybe you can't use the align tool. Maybe go to your front elevation, so then that way you can actually see when the lines are touching. Do you know what I mean? Because at the moment you're looking in 3D, which is a little bit hard. So you can see the bottom needs to come down a bit. Can you move the column down? I don't think you can you? Try not to drag stuff like that. Try using the actual tool, move. Just because if you do that, you're actually changing where it is located as well. Whereas if you just want to change it up and down, then you don't want to relocate it sideways, because that doesn't want to go down, does it? Yeah, okay, so you can only move columns sideways. So let's just press the tape measure. See near the paint tool? Yep, that one. Yep. Click on the bottom. No, click on the bottom of the post to the floor. Yep, and to the bottom of the post that needs to touch. 20 mil. Okay, so just now you need to move that negative 70 instead of negative 50. Yep. Cool. All right. And the same with the first with the top of it. So do a cheat way. Press the DL. Yeah, for you bring up your lines. Draw a line from that corner to that corner. Yep, and then work out what the difference is at the top, from the top of the post to that line. 45. Okay, let's just leave it as 45. So click on the post and go. Just make that 970. So it's a meter post. Does that make sense? Because you're at minus 70 and 970. That's a meter post. That should be fine. All right, now delete that line. And then go back to your first floor plan. And then create dimension. And go from the center of that post. Yep, that one. Yep. To the end of the railing. Do it to the start of that post. See the post that you can see? The edge of the post that you can see? Nah. Back of it? No. The post of the railing. That one. Yep, correct. Yep. And then go down. Do the same thing to that post. Yep. Click out of it. Oh, click. Yep. And then see that EQ? So click back on the dimension. Yeah. So what that does is automatically centers the post. It was already centered anyway, so that was a pretty good guess on your behalf. So now you know that post is in the center. So now what you can do is click on the railing and edit path. Yeah, go to so you just want to change the sketch path of it. You want to change the pink line. Up top, edit, up top, right, keep going right. Keep going, all the way to the end. That one, yep. And change, so do 2 railings. So now you want to make 2 railings, like one in between each post instead of one that goes the whole way. So click on the pink line. Yep, and then click on drag the line. See the top part where the circle is, the dot. Pull that down to the new post. Yep, to the corner of it. The other corner, closest corner. Yep, that one. Cool. Tick. Press tick. Yep. Did that. Yep. Finish. Yep. Cool. So now. Oh shit! Actually, we should have press Control Z. Sorry. And again. And again. Delete the dimension first. Yep. And then press OK. Do you know why we just did that? No, so just before, you know how you press the tick button once you'd finish what you'd drawing? Because we kept that dimension there, it moved to the middle post because we had already set the dimension to be equal spacing from that dimension was referencing the railing in its current state, but because we were making it smaller, that middle post that was controlled, we made it controlled to be in the center of that dimension. So when the railing got smaller, the post moved. So we didn't want that. We want that middle post to stay where it is. Yep. So let's do what you just did before. Now that we've got a dimension removed, it'll be fine. Yep. Cool. All right, and then press. So now you just want to copy that railing up top. So you want 2. Don't know why that post has moved again, but let's not worry about it. Let's just, yeah, so click that, yeah. Yeah, and then just make them posts sit on top of each other. Use move. I wouldn't, because you don't know exactly whether, yeah, you need to make sure that them lines are definitely on top of each other, so that use move tool instead of using the arrow keys to tab it up. Delete that post. It's in the, yeah, delete that one. Cool. And now in 3D, we've got it. That was probably very long-winded. I'm sorry. Basically, what you've just done is just create 2 railings. Because the railing is automatically set to have a post on either end, we just needed to work out the center point. And then you just put the 2 railings together and make sure that that post is sitting on top. So that middle post, technically there's 2 posts right there because you've got 2 railings. But because we've got them sitting on top of each other, we've just made it look like there's a post. Like we've made it just look like there's 1 railing, which is fine to do for now. That's all right. Any questions on that? No? Yeah. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll stop that one because otherwise that'll go on for too long. And then you can go onto the next things.